Hey, what's up you guys? It is Ty, and this video is not going to be pretty. So I'm probably not going to be able to edit this video very well. Also, obviously my light is in the background, it's not set up. I'm in front of my window, so I'm not in my usual spot. That's because I can't really do anything with my right hand. And also I'm right-handed. So yeah, I just had surgery on my middle finger, and so I'm going to talk about that and why that happened. So if you watched my last video where I talked about breaking my camera, I mentioned that my dad owns a body shop and that I would be working for him to pay off the new camera that I just bought. So I did have to borrow the money from my dad, and I will be working for him to pay it off, which isn't a problem. Like, he owns a body shop, I've worked for him in the past. So Tuesday was my first day back to work. And 2 hours in, I crushed the fuck out of my finger. So what happened was, we were taking the rear suspension off of the frame of a truck. So it was lowered, so the spring and everything was on the opposite side that it's usually on. So I was taking off these U-bolts, and I put my hand on top of where I was taking it off from, because on most trucks, when you take that part off, they fall. But like I said, the spring was on the opposite side, so when I took it off, all that tension released and it smashed together against the frame in a split second, instantaneously crushing the hell out of my finger. And I pulled my finger out of there, pulled it out of the glove, which is still stuck there. Still, we have not gotten the glove out because it's really stuck. I'm like, oh man, my hand. And then I look at it and I just see mangled, shredded flesh with blood dripping everywhere. Warning, this is a really gory video. So if you don't want to hear about gore, goodbye. So yeah, I see my hand and I'm like, Dad, and he comes over there and he's like, oh my God, he thought my finger was off. And then all of a sudden, I just wasn't there. And I was like, it's okay. And like, he grabbed my hand and he like puts his arm around me and walks me over to the workbench, puts a paper towel over it, and I'm like all woozy and wobbly and just gone. So then he grabs me around my chest and picks me up while he's holding my hand in the air to keep it above my heart so that I don't lose a bunch of blood. And he goes and he clears off a space for me to sit and sits me down, and I like can't sit up, so he lays me on the floor and puts my legs up, and I'm like, Dad, I can't hear anything, I'm about to pass out. And he's like, you're okay. So he's like talking to me, asking me about my dogs, like trying to keep me awake. And I'm like, holy shit, like my finger burns. All I can think about is like, this is real, this is happening, I'm okay, I'm gonna get through this, like this is okay, it's not that bad. And so like I'm getting so close to going unconscious, like I can't see anything, it sounds like I'm underwater, and I'm just trying to take deep breaths and not pass out. So I get through that and I'm like, okay, like let's go inside, I'm okay, because we're outside and it's over 100 degrees, it's super hot. So he has to get me inside the house, get me a drink of water and stuff so that he can go close up the shop and get the car and take me to the hospital. So we walk inside, and as we're walking, everything looks like, you know, whenever you're driving down the road and you see like oil evaporating or whatever's coming off of like the blacktop or the tar, and it looks like all steamy and everything's distorted. That's what everything looked like, all like that heat distortion. And I was like, oh shit, and we got inside, and by the time I sat down, I couldn't see anything. My eyes were open and everything was black, and I could hardly hear what he was saying. He's like, put your legs up. I didn't even know where I was. I remember trying to lift my legs, and like I couldn't even feel them, and like my vision came back and I saw my legs like moving because I was moving them. It was so weird. I've passed out plenty of times, but I've never just like stayed in this constant state of like almost being out. So then I was inside in the air conditioning, and he brought me a drink of water and put a cold rag on my head, and my hand was wrapped up and I just had to keep it up here. I was just trying to breathe and I wasn't gonna look at it again. And so he got everything ready and he got the car around, and my stepmom is a nurse, and she works at a little clinic that's like in the next town over. So he drove me over there to where she works, and I went in there and she like washed it out, and like the whole time they wouldn't let me look at it. I didn't want to see it anyways, but because I got so like I almost passed out the first time I looked at it, so I was just like, no, it's cool. So that whole time like I wasn't looking at it, but like all these other nurses and doctors were coming in there just to see my finger, and so they like washed it out. They did x-rays. They came to the conclusion that they weren't going to be able to fix it with stitches, that I would need to go have surgery done the next day, which was Wednesday, which was yesterday. So they dress it up, they wrap it up in this huge, obnoxious, like red fucking hamburger helper ass glove looking thing, and send me home. So I stayed at my dad's for a while, and then Christy came and picked me up, brought me home and took care of me. And then Wednesday comes around and it's time for me to go have it actually fixed up. So first they had me go like meet the surgeon in the morning. So I went to like his main office and kind of went in there. He checked it out and he had seen pictures of it. And so he said that like it shouldn't be too bad. They'd just be cleaning it up and stitching it up, and then I should be right out of there. And I was like, sounds great. So I had to do a bunch of paperwork and then like go to the actual surgery place. I went in there, they put me on an IV, they came in and took the dressing off, and oh my god, that hurt so bad because it was just like a ton of dried blood on there. And the nurse, I had to tell her like, that's enough, like you gotta stop. You can't keep doing this. Put me under before you finish this. And so she got it mostly off. The thing that bothered me the most is she was cutting it off with scissors and she kept hitting my finger with the fucking scissors. I was like, damn bitch. So then I actually, after she left, I just ended up taking the rest off myself. And then I saw it for the first time and oh my. Warning, this is a little graphic. I have some pictures of it. So here are the pictures. If you zoom in really close, you can see my bone is sticking out. Apparently whenever it got crushed, it kind of like shattered my bone and there were bone fragments everywhere. And then when I pulled it out, I just pulled like chunks of my flesh off. So like, not a great deal. And my fingernail, like it's probably all still in the glove. Like I said, the glove is still stuck there. We couldn't get it out. But anyway, so my parents were there and they were all like crying around and stuff and being nice. Then they finally came in and wheeled me off to surgery. And it was so fucking cold in that room. Oh, and I told the anesthesiologist, I was like, just put me out. I don't want to know anything that happens. I don't even want to know my fucking name. I want to be gone. So he was like, yeah, you're healthy. We can put you under. That's fine. So they wheel me in there, stick me up on that cold fucking table in that cold room, and I'm just in a freaking gown. And then they put that cuff around my arm and pump it up and put the medicine in me, and then I'm just kind of like laying there. They're putting blankets on me. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then they release that cuff and that medicine goes in, and I'm just like, oh shit, this is some good shit. And then immediately I'm asleep. The next thing I know, I wake up and they're like, okay, you're done. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to put my clothes on. And then I look down and I already have my clothes on. And I was so loopy. They said I was flirting with the nurses and just saying all kinds of stuff in recovery. Then I filmed a bunch of videos on my phone that were just like so hilarious, and I was sending those to people because I couldn't text. Here are some videos that I took on my phone while I was all loopy. Hey guys, I just got the surgery on my finger done and it went really well. And now I'm gonna go get a chocolate malt with my dad. Hey Dad.
Hey Bubba.
They had to put a pin in there. They thought they were gonna have to take some of it off. I said that was gonna look stupid. I don't want an amputee candidate. I said, you keep that whole finger. That's my wife's favorite. Apparently, once he got in there and started looking around, it was a lot worse than he thought it was. He told me that my finger essentially exploded. And I was like, hearing a surgeon tell me that, you know, a part of my body has exploded, I know that I must have done something wrong. And he said that he thought he was gonna have to amputate it, but he went ahead and just tried this thing where he puts a pin in there and hopefully it heals up, and we'll see how that goes. I have to go get the pin taken out on the 2nd. I have an appointment tomorrow to go get this dressing off and to get a stent on there. I think that's what it's called. And then, yeah, if it gets wet or if it gets infected or anything, they will have to amputate it. So they still might have to take it off. But apparently I was telling them, like, you can't take that finger. That's my wife's favorite finger. Like, I was being so inappropriate, and I called one of the nurses a smoke bomb, and then I felt bad, and I was like, I'm sorry for being disrespectful. I'm sorry I said that to you. Like, I was so fucking loopy, it was hilarious. But yeah, I can't really do anything because my finger is messed up. And it hurts, and it like hurts to do anything. Anything that I do with my right hand like pulls on this, so I can't like fucking use my right hand for anything. So I thought I was going to be like a lot more able than I am. Like, I chose to stay home today and I was like, I'm gonna get some stuff done, it's just my finger, fuck it. And then like, no, that's not happening. I had to have my mom help me take a bath. She came over on her lunch break and gave me a bath. I'm so helpless, I can't do anything. I'm really bummed out because I filmed a fucking awesome video on Monday, a Pokemon Go Let's Play, at this art museum called Crystal Bridges in Bentonville, Arkansas. And it's just like a beautiful place, and I got some cool Pokemon and some really good footage there, and I was so stoked to edit it. And then I ended up just having to like go fucking take care of my finger the last couple days that I was supposed to be editing that video. So obviously that's not going up today, this is going up today. And man, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to work on that, because like I said, anything I do with my right hand, like even clicking my mouse, anything just freaking hurts. And like, I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Like, I like to think I'm pretty tough and I can handle a lot, but I feel like I'm being a little bitch about this. Like, I don't know, I just need someone to come take care of me. But no, I'm okay. So that's what happened to my finger. That's what's been going on. I've been posting stuff a little bit about it here and there on social media. I've been talking about it nonstop on Twitter, but everything else I have just kind of barely mentioned it. But yeah, I had to go through and delete a bunch of my tweets that I did while I was all fucked up because they were so bad. Oh my god. So that's what happened. Hopefully, I mean, I really don't know where I am as far as making videos. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to get stuff done, try to get videos posted while I'm recovering. But no promises. I already know that this one's gonna look like crap. So I don't know. But that's what happened. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having a good day. I hope that I still have my full finger the next time I talk to you. And yeah, that's my video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.